Hello everybody, welcome back to another weekly build comp overview where, oh boy, so the theme was bridge and my main theme was raw chaos. So, yeah, I kind of threwed it up. I threwed it up all over the build. Admittedly, not my most chaotic build, actually. I tried to do one thing and couldn't get it to work, so I realized I wouldn't have enough, if I went any longer, I wouldn't have enough time to just do this, so I did this. Unfortunately, all the stairs are facing one direction. This bridge, I made the bridge first and then just replaced all the blocks. So, yeah, of course, I mean, it adds slightly to the chaos, so there's that. Obviously, we have some people walking around the bridge. Florin, Boss Abby, Just Athena XD's alt, Just Athena. I presume. It's her alt. And then this folded up piece of luggage. And yeah. There isn't really much else to this build if I just... these go all the way down to a bottom layer, but... I forgot to do... well, whatever. I didn't really have enough time to hide an armor stand. By the time I was done with this, there was about 5 minutes left, so I could have hidden one. Anyway, next up we have Dublin Ecstasy. Ecstasy? Eggs Benedict. Who made, I don't know why I'm trying to identify the exact bridge model as if all these bridges are gonna have real life counterparts. Or that I even know what the names would be. But this is actually a really nicely put together bridge. You've got your trusses, your cross beams, and of course you've got lower trusses on your supporting beams. Overall, it's pretty well supported, and obviously we have these, I presume these are just meant to be lights. I don't know what else they could be. But yeah. Obviously we have a building over here, which implies that there are probably more buildings around. Oh. Oh, I think these are meant to be apples. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, next up we have Xmise, who, up here, made a very lovely rainbow bridge over the sky. And we have... oh, I'm sorry, I guess this dog is also named Rainbow Bridge. Maybe this Rainbow Bridge is actually called Dog. That would be my bad. But anyway, yeah, it's a very, very cute doggy with wings crossing on this rainbow bridge. I'm guessing it's a dog going to heaven. Sweet. Very, very sweet. Anyway, next up we have Mutter with an entrance here. Is this a snow globe bridge? Ah, cool. Water flooding in. This must be... yeah, this might just be like a model or snow globe bridge, as said before. Otherwise, I don't really know what this glass dome is doing around it, unless it's a conspiracy. We're all in a giant dome. Alright. Anyway. Next up, we have Far Lagon. Of course, we have another example of their tiny organics. A very nice bridge over a roaring river. Some very lovely trees, of course. Of course, you have... I think this is supposed to be a suspension bridge more. I think those are meant to be ropes. But it does, of course, have the supports underneath these. Are they called trusses? I think they're called trusses. I'm not exactly an engineer, so you know, I should not be judging these bridges at all. Maybe we could get someone else to judge the bridges. I don't think we could. But anyway, I actually don't know if, you know, maybe one of the staff actually is like a structural engineer. In which case, their judgment probably would be very accurate. But I don't know. I don't actually know what the staff do in their off time. Well, I know what Athena does when she's... Some of the things Athena does when she's off the server, but she's talked very openly about her job. Anyway, oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention. There's Lucasaurus, right. Lucasaurus trademark, who built a lovely cherry grove with a peaceful brook. Is it a brook? Brooks are the ones that stand still, right? Yeah. Obviously, this bridge probably is not made to be the most structurally integral, but, you know, it is actually pretty well. It doesn't have, like, you know, all the fancy stuff you would expect on a pretty decent, strong bridge, but it has plenty of support for what it's supposed to do. It can easily handle a few groups of people, for sure. I've seen way worse bridges over things, over way more dangerous waters. Yeah. We have Ho Cheng and Xylene. Don't know who those are. But I'm sure it's not too important. I'm sure I won't get yelled at for not knowing them. Anyway, next up we have Benny Haven, who didn't get to fully make their bridge, unfortunately. For one reason or another, maybe they started building one thing and decided to build another thing, sort of like what happened to me. But either way, they clearly did not get to finish. I'm guessing this was supposed to be a segment of the Golden Gate Bridge, just based off the design alone that's left here. Or something similar. Still, it's a shame the full thing wasn't made, but it is what it is. Anyway, next up we have Lessic 1234 with a very nice covered bridge going over a river, and it seems to be a bridge made with living architecture, which I don't think you usually see much of that in real life. It's something that people can do. Like, you can coax trees to grow in weird ways like this. It's not easy or even recommended, but you could do it. You could make a bridge out of trees and vines. Living trees and vines. But, yeah. Very nice bridge. I'm not sure about the structural integrity, though. I mean, yeah, it's being supported by these living parts, but it's hard to say how much they're actually going to support the bridge. That's the other thing with relying on living things is they don't always do what you want them to do. So yeah, very cool idea, and obviously works well in Minecraft, but probably best to leave it in Minecraft and video games. Yeah. Anyway, next up we have RNLT, who seems to have. Oh wait, no, there it is. There's the bridge. Never mind. Oh, it's an aquarium, and there's a bridge down here. That's cool. Okay, yeah, that is pretty nice. I was about to say they missed the theme, but no, they didn't. They got the theme. It's a pretty nice little decoration. I don't know if I've ever actually seen a bridge in it. I'm sure I have. It seems like something you would put in an aquarium. Anyway, let me just get out of there. Next up, we have Walsh David 66, who made a very conventional pentagon? No, that's not the right word. It has a specific name. I don't remember what it's called now. I used to have the name of the shape memorized, and now I don't. Yeah. It's that shape of bridge. I mean, it's pretty good support on it. You probably would still want like a beam in the center for support, but I guess if it's just for a few people to walk across, yeah, I'd say this bridge works. Anyway, next up we have That Girl Sarah. I think this is actually an overpass, not a bridge, though it's hard to tell. It's so old, you can't really tell what it was meant to be. Maybe this was a bridge. Maybe it was an overpass. Clearly the environment has changed quite a bit. Either way, there's quite a lot going on here to take in. I don't remember how to get the debug stick, but you can get a debug stick, and that's how you get those. I think you could also use World Edit. I think. But I'm pretty sure they used a debug stick for that. Alright, next up, we have Dubix, who made a Towers game with bridges to cross. I'm sure this game has a name and is a real game. Maybe it's probably like sort of like those Sky War games or Bed War games. Yeah, probably Bed Wars or something. Something like that. I don't know for sure though. All I know is there's teams, there's towers, there's bridges in between. And a rip sign. Oh, they probably put the server name on the sign and were told not to do that. Yeah, it's seen as advertising. Even saying the name of the server, even in like in a negative tone, it's still not acceptable. Yeah, you aren't supposed to say the names of any other servers on this server. Just something to note. Anyway, next up we have Nyhaven, who I believe I actually looked over at one point, and they were doing a bunch of made a giant block of TNT. Could have been a different person, though. Either way, they didn't really build anything. If this isn't the person who was doing the TNT, they probably were digging a hole to put water in and probably had to leave early for one reason or another. Could be as simple as connection issues, really. Anyway, next up we have Heat99, who made a mesa crossing, except the bridge is out. Yeah, I'm going to have to immediately disqualify this bridge for any safety ratings on account of it being destroyed. Though I'm guessing it's not so much the bridge's fault it got destroyed, because if you look carefully, they're misaligned. Now granted, this could have been an accident of the build, and that they were supposed to be aligned, but my guess, given that this is a ravine kind of place, it might just be that an earthquake happened and shifted that landmass that way and this landmass that way. They slid in different directions. Could be completely coincidental, though. I don't know. I don't know the circumstances of the bridge breaking. Anyway, next up we have... let's see... La Critique, who made a bridge to nowhere. It's probably not a bridge to nowhere, it's just the horizon line. That's the place beyond what you see. And this bridge goes beyond what you see. It's a metaphor. Yeah, anyway, this is actually a very nice beach. Oh, is this... I think this is a bridge to like an island or something. In which case, the heavy-duty supports make a lot more sense. It could be like a river or something. This is still some pretty... This is actually a pretty big bridge, though, so having heavy supports is probably a good idea. I'm not sure how well these supports would actually... I mean, they probably would hold up the bridge for quite a while. I feel like it needs some, over there and over there more so. It looks like it's teetering on the bridge. Or the bridge is teetering on those, sorry. But other than that, still a pretty decent bridge. I personally wouldn't trust it, but it probably is fairly sturdy. So, yeah. Anyway, now for the next one. Oh, is this gonna be the... Yeah, I guess now for the final one. We have Marvel Family. It appears we have some soldiers? No, we have people jumping off the bridge into a floaty. In a massive... Okay. And this is actually a very nice bridge design. Fairly straightforward, too. We'll say, as fancy as these bumps look, I personally would not enjoy walking across this bridge. Support-wise, though, that actually does make a lot of sense why they have it like that. It's not the best bridge to walk across, like, comfortably. You have to go over humps, but it is fairly structurally sound. There are things they could have done to make it more structurally sound, but not for just some people, it's not really needed. It's already pretty well supported. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go get the winners. I forgot I was wearing all I'll see you in a moment. Okay, I have it. I just need to remember where they all are. Think. Where is it? This one? Yeah, here it is. Law Critic. That's the right one, right? And... Sorry. Okay. Yeah, that is the correct one. I gotta say, there was a lot of tough competition in this build comp. I'm just gonna say that right now. But yeah, Law Critic got 3rd place with their bridge that goes beyond what you see and teeters about. Yeah. In 2nd place, I actually have to look again. Okay. There's just so much here. I need to try to remember where all of them are. Oh, here it is. Dublin and Ecstasy is in 2nd place with the ridge. Yeah, I can't actually remember much right now. It's once again really, really hot today, around 100 degrees, so I am once again dying. But it's okay. I'll survive. Yeah, anyway, yeah. Pretty well supported bridge. Very well supported bridge, actually. Quite a bit of stuff on the bridge, a bit of clutter, but that's not completely unexpected, especially if this bridge is currently under construction or if it's like a bridge for transporting stuff. There might sometimes is clutter left on it. Though you really shouldn't leave clutter on a bridge. Sure, it looks nice in a build like this. Obviously, the less weight bearing on a bridge, the better, usually. There are some bridges that actually do need weight on them in order to stay more sturdy. But that's an entirely different can of worms. Anyway, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I'm just double checking. Okay. In 1st place, we have Far Lagan with their decent bridge with nice supports. I can see myself walking across it. Quite a bit of life going on around the bridge, though, which is always nice. Important to remember why there is a bridge, as always. Granted, I don't think a single person built a bridge that wasn't actually going over some... Okay, maybe one person did, but that was intentional. Okay. But yeah. I think that's all for today. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Until next time, goodbye.